Welcome along to another video presentation from Saturn Alliance. If you find these videos helpful, we'd appreciate a donation through donation.saturnalliance.com.au. This video will focus on the deployment of the client software to desktops for Trend CSM Suite for SMB. The first thing that we have accomplished is we've installed the Trend Micro product on our server, ready for deployment to our workstations. To get an idea of the installation, simply run the security dashboard and log in to the console. The console will give us an overall view of our installation, as well as allow us to see what machines are currently installed with Trend on our network. So here's our network here, a number of servers. We've only got the one since the small business server network, and at the moment there are no desktops which currently have Trend software installed on them. So I'll log off here on the console on the server, swap across to my desktop XP machine, and what I'll do here is I will install the Trend software manually. To do this, navigate to My Network Places, the entire network, Microsoft Windows network, your domain, and the server. You should see that there is a share called Offscan, automatically created once Trend is installed. Select this, and in here you will find a batch file called AutoPCC. To launch the installation of Trend, simply double click on this icon. The information for Trend will be retrieved from the server share, and the installation will commence on the desktop machine. The initial part of the install on the client will result in a scan of the machine onto which you're installing the software. This will ensure that there are no lingering viruses on the machine that may cause issues. The security agent will now scan your Windows, program files, and the root directories before it starts the installation of the software. Once the scan is complete, the agent will now start installing the files onto the local workstation. Once the installation is complete, the Trend Micro icon should appear in the lower right hand side of the screen near the clock. To work with the icon, simply right mouse click on it and select any of the options that are available. We'll choose to load the console here so that we can perform a manual scan of our workstation. Once the agent software is loaded, you can see we can select the C drive, we can choose to scan for viruses, we can clean up any Trojans, and we can choose to scan the whole machine for any spyware. We've also got record of our last scan. If we want, we can also install a POP3 mail scanner to scan any POP3 mails coming into this machine directly. And again, we've got a logging option for us to follow exactly what's happening with the machine. So to commence a scan, simply select the drive or the subdirectories that you want and select scan, and the machine will start scanning manually for you. With the scan in progress, you'll notice that the icon becomes animated. With this now scanning, let us return to our server machine, log into the console, and see what changes have happened now that we've installed the Trend software on one of our workstations. We now select the security settings, then click on our desktops. We'll now see we have a single machine installed. We have its IP address, whether it's on or offline, service packs, and a number of other informational items. The advantage with the Trend Micro CSM Suite is that now the workstations that we add or install the software on are automatically added to the desktops group. We can now select the desktops group and the configure button and apply a global configuration setting for all the machines in this group. So here you see we can set whether the real-time antivirus is on, what actions it takes, any exclusions that we want, what actions will take place when a virus or spyware is detected on the machines. We can also control the firewall and things like the client privileges. Client privileges basically determines whether a user is enabled to do things like manual scans, to unload the software, things like that. The big advantage here is because these policies can be set and applied to a group, you get consistent configurations across your network. What we can also do is, if you chose, you can add an additional group and again change the policy for this group. So for example, I want to add a group which is similar to desktops, and these are going to be laptop machines which will be moving outside the network, and I'm going to choose to import the settings from my desktops. So this will give me a starting point when I want to create a policy for any laptop machines on my network. And as you can see now, we've created a group called laptops. Currently there are no machines in this, but what we can do if we want is, once we've installed the software on a client, it will appear in desktops by default, but if we want to move it to another group, we simply grab it and we drag and drop it onto the other group as required. Then once we've done that, we can then go in and configure the unique settings for this group to be applied. Once again, every time that you install the client software on a desktop, it will appear in the desktops group under the console manager. It can be dragged and dropped to any other group, and the policies that apply to this group can be changed by selecting the group and then selecting the configure. We can always view an overall status of our network simply by returning to the console live status page and examining any issues that may arise. Once again, this has been a video presentation from Saturn Alliance. We thank you for watching.